And welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So here we are, Week 7 in the National Football League. This is where the cliches usually come out. It goes so fast, doesn't it, in the league where they play for pay? How fast it goes. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to make our picks this week for all 15 games on the NFL schedule. And as you know, if you've been here before, we do it confidence style. Meaning we not only pick winners, but we pick the number of points that we're putting on each team. From 15 points, the game we have the most confidence in, to 1 point, the game we've got the least confidence in. But before we do that, let's take a look how we did last week in Week 6. And I'll tell you what, the record was sparkling. 12-2, 99 points, did very, very well. For the season, we are now 50 wins to 42 losses. So over 500, and I plan on staying there for the rest of the season. 461 total points. For everybody competing in the confidence pool on ESPN, that puts us in the 67.9 percentile, up 5.7% from last week. Gosh, if Greg Zerline could have just kicked a couple of field goals, I'd have been 13-1. But hey, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's start with our picks. Now, the game that I am going to put the most confidence in, my number 15 game, is the Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills. Of course, I'm taking the Bills on this one. You know, they're not going to have they're not going to have a fall for a trap game at home, I don't think. Wink, wink. Anyway, the Bills defense, they are very opportunistic. They take the ball away. They make big plays. And who's playing quarterback for the Titans? Will Levis. He leads all players with 7 interceptions and 10 giveaways this year. If the Titans get to 14 points, I'll be amazed. Maybe the defense can keep Tennessee in the game for a little while, but the Bills will pull away late. My number 14 game, two teams that move every decade, the now Las Vegas Raiders against the now Los Angeles Rams. Well, Davante Adams is gone for the Raiders, but hey, he didn't play the last 3 weeks anyway. Now, I know the Rams defense is allowing 9 yards per pass. That's the worst in the league. But can the Raiders take advantage with Aiden O'Connell? And outside of Brock Bowers, who are you really excited about on this offense? The Rams are just a better team, and they're on the verge of getting some players back. Cooper Kupp, chief among them. Give me the Rams. Number 13, the Carolina Panthers at the Washington Commandskins. You know, the Panthers have lost games this year by 37 points, 23, 10, 26, and 18 points. They have a point differential of minus 100. The next closest team to them, Jacksonville, at minus 65. Now, Washington, on the other hand, well, we know how good the offense is, but they do have the 22nd ranked defense, and they just lost Jonathan Allen, one of their star defensive tackles. So count on an offensive explosion in this game. Here's the simple breakdown of the 4 units in this game. You've got 2 terrible defenses, 1 fair offense, and 1 dynamic offense. Give me Jaden Daniels over Andy Dalton. Number 12, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Here's one matchup nobody needs to watch. The Browns offense against the Bengals defense. I am going with Cincinnati, by the way. You know, the Browns are the only team to score fewer than 20 points in each of their first 6 games over the last 10 years. Now, you do have Nick Chubb returning at running back for the Browns. Let's see what kind of a role he has. But without Amari Cooper, now gone to Buffalo, the Browns offense will be taking a step back. And give me Joe Burrow over Deshaun Watson all day long. Number 11, the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. Well, Seattle has dropped 3 in a row. Now they visit the Mercedes-Benz Dome. The Seahawks are allowing a league-worst 138.5 quarterback rating over those last 3 games. You got to expect a lot of points because you have 2 of the most prolific quarterbacks in the NFL right now with Kirk Cousins and Geno Smith. I don't really love Atlanta, but they play a lot of close games, but I do think they're better than Seattle. They're at home. Give me Atlanta. Number 10, I'm going to the Sunday night game, the New York Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, the Jets are actually favored in this game. I don't know how. I really don't know. The Jets cannot stop the run. I expect Pittsburgh to pound it up the middle all night with Harris and Warren. Yes, Davante Adams is there for the Jets, and I'm sure he'll make a couple of catches. Here's the key number for the Jets, 21. All right? This season, when Pittsburgh holds their opponents to under 20 points, they are 4-0. When the opponent scores 20 points or more, Pittsburgh is 0-2. I'm really breaking this down, the best argument I can make for the Jets winning this game is the defense just shows out, the offense goes into the tank for Pittsburgh, and that the story has just been too crazy for the season to basically die now. But I just don't have any confidence in this Jets offensive line to protect Aaron Rodgers against that pass rush. I don't see them running the ball against the fourth-ranked run defense in the league. The Jets secondary missing 3 of their 5 starters. And if it's a close game, if it comes down to a field goal, it's Chris Boswell, who's missed 1 kick all year, and that was from 62 yards, versus Greg Zuerlein, who I think is now in that new contract of his. I think he gets a bonus every time he misses. So I'm taking Pittsburgh at home. Hope I'm wrong. Number 9, the LA Chargers of San Diego at the Arizona Cardinals. This is one of 2 Monday night games. Now, the Cardinals are home for the first time in 3 weeks. They've got the 27th ranked scoring defense in the league. I don't think they can handle the physical run game that the Chargers are going to bring to town. Also, Marvin Harrison, questionable with a concussion. So I'm taking the Chargers on the road. Let's go to number 8, the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. First of all, Mekhi Becton, the Eagles guard, former Jets tackle, go suck down another cheeseburger. You were a bust in New York. Get over it. You moved on. We've moved on, but apparently you haven't moved. You've moved on in your city, but you haven't moved on mentally. Grow up. So what it's really about, though, is the Saquon Barkley revenge game. The Giants haven't been able to stop the run over the last 3 years, and now they're allowing 5.2 yards per carry in 2024. I know Philly's not playing very well. They do seem to find ways to win games, and I don't think the Giants are overcoming the loss of Andrew Thomas at left tackle, who they have lost to foot surgery. And the Giants special teams, hey, they might be worse than the Eagles. They've suffered injuries to their kicker and punter. The Eagles are the Giants' daddy till proven otherwise. Number 7, out to London, the New England Patriots at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just the thought of that game makes me feel like I just ate some food in England. I mean, the presence of this game in London, this may hurt our relations with the United Kingdom. I don't know. Could we have sent those 2 teams to China or something? I don't know. Now, the Jaguars, they usually play well in London. Well, they sure didn't last week against the Bears. They do have the worst passing defense in the NFL, but can Drake May take advantage in just his second NFL game? I don't see it. I'm going to take the Jaguars to be the team that gets their second win of the year. Number 6, the Thursday night game, the Denver Broncos at the New Orleans Saints. It's the Sean Payton Bowl on Thursday night. No Patrick Surtain in this one for Denver, but Spencer Rattler, not Derek Carr, will be playing quarterback for the Saints. Now, he did look okay last week until the end. 2 bad interceptions. He took 4 sacks. Now he's got to handle the Denver blitz, which has created a 41% pressure rate. Plus, for the New Orleans offense, no Olave, no Shaheed, no Taysom Hill, taking the Broncos on the road. Number 5, the Super Bowl rematch. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Santa Clara / San Francisco 49ers. Look, we know the players, we know the coaches, we know what these teams are. We know they're both very good, but the Niners are still coming into this game shorthanded. You know, until they have Christian McCaffrey, they just don't feel like the same team. And I still think the Chiefs' defense gets very overlooked because of the presence of the quarterback and the tight end. Plus, it's a nationally televised game. I'm sure the fix is going to be in, especially if a particular pop star is in the building. And I just can't go against Kansas City until they actually lose a game. So give me the Chiefs. Number 4. Ooh, this is an enticing one. The Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. First place on the line in the NFC North. And that division, that NFC North is crazy good. That division, when they play a team outside of their own division, the NFC North teams are 16-4. Now you've got Ben Johnson going against Brian Flores with the Detroit offense against the Minnesota defense. I know Minnesota's undefeated, but you just got to wonder, as the Vikings are coming off the bye, is that going to mess with the good mojo? Of course, Aiden Hutchinson is out for the Lions. He was leading the league in sacks and quarterback hits. I still just don't have the confidence that the Minnesota defense will stop the Lions' offense. Last year, Detroit swept Minnesota, and in those 2 games, Jared Goff posted a 110.7 passer rating, completed 74% of his passes, 577 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I'm taking the Lions in this one. Number 3, yeah, these last 5 games are very, very, very tight. No doubt about it. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. I'm actually picking the upset here, guys. I'm going with Tampa Bay at home. Ravens have won 4 in a row, and Lamar Jackson is 17-5 in primetime games. But Baltimore does have a terrible pass defense. They're allowing 275 yards per game. Only Jacksonville is doing worse. Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, they could do a number against that D. Plus, when you flip the script here, Derrick Henry has been the engine of that offense. Well, Tampa Bay's got two defensive tackles named Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey. I think they contain Henry, and Tampa Bay puts up enough points to win. Number 2, the Houston Texans at the Green Bay Packers. Wow. CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. This is a good one. This could actually be a Super Bowl preview in the next couple of years. Houston, I'm taking Houston in this game. Now, they do worry me because they've taken 51 penalties. That's the most in the league. They have a tendency to make mistakes that could shoot themselves in the foot. But they do have a league-high 43 pass pressure percentage. And Jordan Love is one of the worst quarterbacks in football when he's facing pressure. This year, 18 for 45, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I think Houston is a little bit better team than Green Bay is. I'm just worried that they're going to beat themselves. I'm still taking the Packers. And number 1, the game I got the least confidence in is the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. You got 2 injury-ravaged squads here. This is one of those games where somebody that you've never heard of or barely know emerges, and it's like, why didn't I pick up that guy in fantasy and start him this week? Jonathan Taylor, as of this recording, not practicing. Miami needed that bye week. Tyler Huntley will be at quarterback again, going against a returning Anthony Richardson. I think the Colts are better off with Joe Flacco, because Richardson, before he hurt his oblique, threw 6 interceptions and was completing less than half his passes in the 3 games that he started. To me, this is one of those flip of a coin games. I like that Devon Achane is returning for Miami. I think he will run against a very, very bad Colt defense. I'm taking Miami on the road. All right, those are my picks. If you got some predictions, put them right down there in the comments. Everybody, thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair